Graeme, the club have been busy in the January window so far. How happy are you with the business you've been able to do?
I'm happy. The people who've come in have added. The guys who've come back in from their loan clubs have contributed as well, and the atmosphere around the squad is really positive.
What have you added that you feel you were missing?
We've got variety in our attack. We have more strength in depth, I think, in the attacking areas, and we have people who are hungry to come to a big club and push the group forward, which is always good. And now we have competition for places, which is always a fantastic headache for any manager to have.
You know Russell Martin from your time at Norwich. What does he bring specifically, and in terms of a leadership role as well, that he can have for you?
Well, he brings loads of experience. He's played at the very highest level. He can be a driver of culture and a leader of men, I think. But it's down to him to come into our environment and adapt to our environment and add to the whole. And he'll find out in no short order that playing for Rangers is different from playing for anyone else. So we're really hopeful he can come in and be a positive contributor to a group that are really, really hungry to move forward.
When you look at the players as well, the loan players, are they not necessarily on a trial, but is it an opportunity for you to suss them out with a potential view later on?
Not many people get second opportunities at this football club. These guys now have them. It's up to them to go and grasp that opportunity by being fantastic in training, by making sure they push their teammates on to a higher level. And they really, really need to go and maximise this opportunity, and I'm sure they will. I've challenged them to do that, and they've come back in with really positive attitudes, and we hope that can continue.
How many more would you like in for the end of the month?
You don't want to bring too many in that you disrupt the group. You don't want to bring too many in so that you're too heavy, but I'd like to have options all over the pitch, and I'd like to have competition. So I wouldn't say our business is completed as yet, but I wouldn't like to say how many may be going out or coming in at this stage.
A lot was made about the Jamie Murphy deal. Was it going to be permanent? Then it was a loan deal. From your point of view, was there any confusion there? What actually happened?
It's just the way the deal was structured. It was done at board level. I just said that this is the player that we're really interested in. Can we get him in? He's in now. Whatever the status is currently, we're looking at him. He's adding to the group. He's an experienced professional, and he delivers quality and variety of threat from wide. So we're really happy to have him in. How he is in, the status of him, that's for other people to debate. At the moment, he's a Rangers player, and he's adding to us, which is good.
So there won't be any issues going forward if you want to buy a player. The funds are there for you.
As far as I'm aware. Yeah. As far as I'm aware.
Graeme, you've brought in a number of players who are either Scottish or know the Scottish game, and are still trying to do so. Why is that so important to you?
I think we're bringing in good players. The first and only criteria, as far as I'm concerned, is they have to be a good player. Then they have to add to what we already have. Knowing the Scottish game or knowing the environment here was one of the things that we talked about. But the characteristics we talked about back at the start when you guys asked me if I was involved in the recruitment process, they have to understand what it means to play at this football club. They have to have the character to go and perform on the biggest of stages. And I think if you look at someone like Jason Cummins, he's a very shy and retiring guy. He's a very confident guy. He backs his own ability. He's not going to be someone who misses his chances and then hides. He's going to want the ball all the time, and he's going to be an absolute pain, hopefully, for centre halves to play against. And he's someone that can add a little bit different to our group. So those are things that we look at, and we try to add and make sure the mix within the group is positive.
You talked about the options that you have. Obviously, in the forward line, you have a number of options now, with Kenny still to come back as well. Would you consider on a game-by-game basis that you might play two up top in certain games now?
We've got the flexibility to do that. We've already done it. We did it as a diamond against Aberdeen, which we had Alfredo and Josh at the top. Now we can play a number of people in different positions. Jamie Murphy's quite versatile. Josh is quite versatile. And Jason can also come off the right onto his left foot. So we have a number of options. So we're not actually limiting ourselves. We're not saying the people that we bring in can only play a certain position. I believe Russell Martin's played at right back, he's played at centre back, he's played at centre back in a 3. So we have options now, and we can put those people in positions that are going to cause our opponents problems, hopefully.
Are you still hopeful you can do a deal for Greg Doherty?
I'm not going to talk about players at other clubs. There's speculation in the paper. We've as far as I'm aware, business is ongoing, but I don't think it's right to talk about other people. I see a lot in newspapers about managers or sporting directors getting rightly angry about managers talking in the press about their players and possibly unsettling them. I don't think it's the right way to do business, so I won't comment on them.
Okay, can I ask you about taking the individual out of it in terms of John Jones, Steve Clark confirmed that there was a bid, it was unacceptable. Chris Boyd has accused Rangers of adopting a transfer strategy whereby they are unsettling players. Are you happy with the way Rangers conduct their business?
Chris is entitled to his own opinion. As far as I'm concerned, we've handled it in an above board manner. We've gone to the club, we've made an offer. They are perfectly within their rights to say no. That's fine. We move forward. Either we will go and renegotiate or we will walk away. That is our prerogative. And just as it is the club who that player is at, it's their prerogative to say no. And as far as I'm concerned, everything that we've done has been above board and proper.
The second bid being considered for Jordan Jones?
Business is ongoing.
Were you surprised with Chris's comments, Graeme?
Not really. Not much in football surprises me at the moment. You're entitled to your opinion. Where you voice that opinion is up to you.
In terms of Jason Cummings, you referred to his character there, but do you sense within him a determination to prove himself? You know, he had a promising starter for us, but it didn't end the way he would have perhaps liked.
He's excited to be here. He's a goal scorer, he's a bouncy guy, and he backs his talent. He wants to play football. And for him, playing football and being successful is the key ingredient. And to come to a platform and an arena like this was something he was desperate to do. So we can give him a good stage to go and showcase his talent, to go and develop his talent. It's up to him to grasp that opportunity. But you do get the sense from him that he's hungry to move on and really get back on track by playing loads of games and scoring loads of goals, which thankfully for me is quite a good thing to have.
Rangers supporters, if you look at the way they've been talking online, they seem to be quite impressed with the way the club's handled the recruitment process over the last few weeks. How have you seen your relationship with Mark Allen over the last few weeks, and how you've gone about the business you've done? There
was a great deal spoken about in the press about we should do business a certain way, we should be getting this player, we should be doing this, and we just went about our business behind the scenes and made sure that when the time came to push the necessary buttons, we were ready to go. And Mark was very diligent. His group up there have been very thorough and very professional in preparing dossiers on each of the players that we're looking at. So we knew who we were looking for, we knew who we were targeting. So I'm very pleased so far with our relationship, and it is evolving day by day because you get phone calls at the strangest times from agents and people purporting to be agents about this player or that player, and we just have to make sure that we handle it in a manner that suits us as a football club and above all is transparent and correct, and I'm content with doing that.
The last few weeks it's shown the value of having a director of football, somebody who's there to do the sort of groundwork, the homework, and allow you to concentrate on other matters.
I think if you look at this is my first window, he's been a massive benefit to me. He's allowed me to concentrate on the group, but he's also allowed me to concentrate on a really, really important bonding trip to Florida to make sure that I can go and be on the pitch with the guys and make sure I'm around there giving them real clarity on my ideas while he's going about his business back here. And as far as I'm concerned in that regard, he's been really, really beneficial and actually invaluable.
Given the shape that the squad's in now, you obviously had moments where you did well before the winter break, but times where you were disappointed with the results and performances. Do you expect, given the players you brought in, you'll be able to take up a level or two after you turn the action?
I've said to the group, and it will be a consistent theme, that their maximum level of quality and intensity will not be what defines the season. It's what we allow ourselves to drop down to on a daily basis. And the group that have come in, the people that have come in, have been challenged to make sure our daily standards and our daily practices are of the highest level, because when you go to Pittodrie and win, and you go to Celtic Park and compete as well as we did, we need to operate like that on a daily basis, and that's the challenge that I have for the players in their own standards professionally every single day. The people that I've brought in, like Russell Martin, like Jason, like Jamie Murphy, those people have that challenge to make sure they elevate the group standards on a daily basis. If they can do that, who knows where we could go.
Does that mean second's a bare minimum then, or you can still push Celtic potentially?
We're going to try and finish as high as we possibly can. I've challenged the players not to accept anything other than the highest of standards from one another, and that will mean every day we push each other on, and I want them to be a massive challenge to each other on a daily basis in training. I expect them to be a huge challenge and a huge opponent to make us get better on a daily basis. If we can do that, then I'm confident you'll see that in performances and in results.
Graeme, you mentioned there that you don't want the squad to become too bloated. Yeah. If you look at the centre-back position, I think you've potentially got 6 vying for 2. We'd be looking to trim it as well.
We've also got a number of injuries in that position, so we're being careful with what we have. We're making sure we husband our resources properly, but we're looking at all options and making sure the balance of the squad is right. So we're taking decisions on a daily basis on where we need to strengthen or where we need to maybe allow people to go and play football elsewhere. But those decisions will be, so myself and Mark and the players, and those decisions in all positions actually are ongoing.
Can I ask you what firm offers you may or may not have had for your players? Josh Windass has been linked with Preston and with Leeds. What can you tell us?
We had one offer from Preston that was turned down, and that's it so far. We've had inquiries about other players, but they're ours at the moment. Until that changes, that stays.
What's the message then when suitors come calling?
Bring a big checkbook.
Looking forward to Sunday. It's a bit of a different challenge than what you've been used to.
Not really. I'm used to being an underdog. I'm used to going to places expected to win. I've said to the players it's about our attitude, because I can guarantee that when we walk out onto the football pitch, they will be absolutely dying to play. They'll be desperate, and they'll be a 10 out of 10 in terms of intensity and attitude and application. And if we're below our minimum standard, then we will be putting ourselves in a hard situation. It's down to how we approach the game. So the challenge to the players is make sure we do our prep from now, that we walk out onto the football pitch and pay them the ultimate respect of being at our top level.
You'll be able to have Fraserbrugh watched, or we have footage of them and such thing?
We had footage of them, we've seen them, we've seen the environment, we've seen the players, and we're making sure that we prep this game as diligently as we would an SPL game.
Graeme, you mentioned quite a few injuries. Can you go through them one by one if you don't mind? Bruno Alves
is recovering. It will be a while still. He's had treatment while we were in Portugal. While we were in Florida, he was in Portugal having some treatment. He's back at the moment undergoing treatment. The timescale for that is a little bit longer than we would hope, but we haven't put a definitive date on it as yet.
Is there a rough guideline there? No. Okay. Ross McCrory?
Ross has had a scan on his foot. The results are pending. When we have those results, we'll give you a closer date, a more definitive answer.
Okay. Graham Doran's still eyeing marks?
Progressing really well. He's out of his boot. He's having manual therapy, and he's getting good range in his ankle now. We're just making sure we follow the protocol correctly. And
there's a suggestion that Lee Wallace had minor surgery again. Is that correct?
He did. He had a bilateral hernia repair, but we're confident that he won't be out for too much longer, and that if follow that protocol, we'll have him back in short order.
What's his target date?
We haven't given him one as yet.
Any other injuries or concerns?
Ryan Jack is currently he's had a scan and is under specialist care. So once we have that report back, we will have a firmer date on when he's going to come back. That's from the tackle that he suffered against Motherwell. It's taken longer than we had hoped, but once we have a definitive answer for that, once again, we'll have a better answer for you.
And Jason Cummings, the new guys, do they all come in for the weekend?
They're all available, yeah.
Graham, just in terms, final one for me in terms of the composition of the squad, how much better equipped do you think you are now to challenge, not necessarily in the short term, but Celtic in the long term, both in the league and in cup competitions? We don't want to actually be defined by Celtic. I know they are the benchmark at the moment in the league. We want to move ourselves to a better place. We want to actually evolve the squad and move our standards higher and actually be better at what we do. So they are obviously the guys we are trying to catch, but we catch them by making sure that we're a better Rangers. And I think the business that we've done has put us into a good position to actually be that.